If I step away from my pack, this is what I'm left with, is my Tier 2 Thrive layer, the Badger PLCE, Personal Load Carrying Equipment. This setup has to handle water, food, shelter, and heat without relying on anything else. The front has a Cobra buckle. This makes a really nice, secure fit. Next to that are my Ranger beads, which are also known as pace counting beads. So these work really well with your compass when you're really trying to dial in a location. On the front of the belt are 2 triple mag pouches. Now, right now, I'm just carrying 2 mags in each for my MRX Bison. On my left side is my canteen pouch. Next to that is a small pouch to carry my headlamp. So this is the Nightcore NU27. So it's locked out. Just hold this down, and now I can adjust my brightness levels. And then just hold it, shut it off. Hold this, now it's locked out. So that sits in this kind of a grenade style pouch for when conditions get dark. This is the canteen pouch. So I have my canteen and metal cup. This metal cup is for making brews like my tea or coffee. Now, there was no tether point, so what I did is ran a piece of paracord through the buckle, attached it to the carabiner, and this has my fire steel and magnesium stick. Now, Jeff, why do you have both? Well, fire steel ignites temperatures around 2,000 to 2,500 degrees Celsius. And magnesium ignites, when you use the fire steel to ignite the magnesium burns almost 1,000 degrees hotter. So when you have damp conditions like it is right now, and you're trying to get a fire started, an extra 1,000 degrees helps a lot. So what we have here is a handmade pouch from my daughter's cowboy boot when she was little, and this is a Baco Laplander folding saw. I like the Baco Laplander because it's robust and you can cut on a push and pull direction, whereas a Silky only cuts on a pull direction. Now, to tighten up it a little bit around here, I added a few more holes and made a paracord tie off, so that helps the Baco Laplander sit in here and not lose it when I'm out scouting. Next, we have a zippered utility pouch. So these pouches all can be sourced at CP Gear. I'll put a link to their website down in the description box. So this has some quick soup mix, chicken noodle soup, some tea, some coffee, and some grape hydration packets, and some Snickers just for some energy boost. So, and I've got my little rocket top stove with the butane burner. So this lets me get heat real quick, get cooking, get eating, get stuff put away, get back going again on the trail. There is some cordage in here, some bank line. Now I used bank line instead of paracord because this is small, I can get a lot of it, and this stuff has like 110 pound strength. So if you need to make a shelter or something with wood, you can use the bank line. And then there is a Write in the Rain notepad and pen, should I need to take any notes. The next zippered utility pouch is carrying my poncho, and next to that also is a cat tourniquet and Israeli hemorrhage bandage with some combat gauze. Now that's all I have in here for trauma kit, and it should suffice for what I'm doing. My main concern when I'm out in the field is either, say, a puncture wound from a beaver stick, or cutting myself. And each zippered pouch has a D-ring. So each D-ring I've attached a carabiner. So that way, if I need to dummy cord something else, I can. Or works really good to attach your keys to. Then they're not sliding around in your pocket and running the risk of losing them. Next is my Finnish made JP Peltonen M95 Ranger Puko. This was given to me by my good buddy Isaac that lives out here, and you might even see him in the comments. So this is a great knife. That the way this blade is designed, it makes wicked feather sticks. So you got a 6-inch blade, nice grippy handle. This is just an all-around great scouting blade. So I really like it. Now, I had originally designed this sheath for my Mora Garberg. So to get this to have really good retention in here, I also drilled a few more holes and laced some paracord in here. So that has that sitting there really good. This is my other canteen pouch, and I also have paracord through the buckle for my spoon. Don't want to lose your spoon. So this also has my other canteen and my one cup that I use to cook my food. As you can tell, sometimes I use it over an open fire. So this is the one that I use for my food. This small case is my Silva compass case. And so I have my compass dummy corded on here. Nice and handy. Slips in here really easy. And so that works out pretty good. The Badger PLCE is built from years of testing in areas just like this. This Tier 2 Thrive layer is not a comfort system. It is a well-prepared field system. If you are new to this concept, here's how it works. Your Tier 3 is your live system. This is your pack. Now, additional items for your Tier 3, like clothing, is going to be seasonal specific. As I've explained in the video, your Tier 2, your Thrive system, is your web belt, the Badger PLCE. Now, your Tier 1 system is your Survive system. The Survive system is when all else has failed. For some reason, you've got separated from your pack. Who knows what circumstances developed and you got separated, say from your web belt, maybe even your firearm. Well, this Tier 1 piece of kit, which I call the Survive system, this is what always remains in the cargo pockets of your pants. It stays there all the time. And that's really critical because if something severe happened, this is your last baseline of kit for your own survival. Now, this consists of a first aid kit. There's water purification tablets and some other basic medication. Now, this is a simple camera case. In this zipper right here is a backup map of the area. Inside this case is a small emergency water purifier, a lighter, a Swiss Army knife. You have a signal mirror, a signal whistle, an emergency fire steel. There are some emergency baggies so that you can be able to collect water, use the purification tablets to purify it, and then there is a backup compass. So a very simple, compact kit which has all your basic needs to keep you alive if it really got that bad. So with this, you can, if you're in distress, you can signal with a whistle or a mirror, or you have fire making material, you can make a smoke signal, make a fire to stay warm. You have a pocket knife to do various tasks. So you do have in here enough to keep you alive. That's why I call it the Survive system. And this is tier 1, the most important system that should never ever leave your body. Here's why a tier 3 survival system is really important. It gives you practical field craft, a minimalist survival system, and a survival philosophy that you can take with you everywhere. Because where does it stay? Right up here in your head. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you and hearing about your comments, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Bye now.